Take a hard look at your life right now, and I don't mean the excuses. I mean the mirror. For most people, life is a comfort cage. The same alarm clock, the same coffee, the same soul-sucking loop day in and day out. They mutter to themselves, this is fine, it's stable, it's good enough, but good enough is just concrete setting around your ankles. Every single day you choose to swallow average, you are burying the warrior you were born to be. Theodore Roosevelt saw these people clearly. He called them the cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. They never rock the boat, so the boat just rots at the bottom of the sea. But you weren't born for that gray twilight. You were born for war, and the first war is always with yourself. Settling isn't safe. It's a slow suicide by 1,000 compromises. We lied to ourselves to survive the crushing boredom. We say, I'm trying, or it's not for everyone, or maybe next year. That is the sedative that keeps your inner fire on life support. Remember? Rock Lee from Naruto? A taijutsu dropout with no chakra gifts. He said it plain and simple. A dropout will beat a genius through hard work. But Naruto himself doubles down on this idea. He says hard work is worthless for those that don't believe in themselves. Think about that. All your effort, all that sweat means nothing if you don't have the core belief that you are worthy of the result. Maybe you don't lack motivation. Maybe you just lack standards. Maybe you have lowered the bar so low that you can just limbo under it every day without even feeling the strain. Stop it. Feel the hunger again. Say it out loud right now. I deserve more and I will bleed to earn it. That growl, that internal roar, that's what rewires everything. So how do you break the concrete? The ancient wisdom is timeless. Confucius said, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Lao Tzu said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And Sun Tzu taught us to know ourselves, because when you know yourself, you win the battle before it even starts. Roosevelt called this the strenuous life, a life of toil, effort, labor, and strife, not softies, not hiding from pain. It's the life where you don't shrink from hardship, from danger, from bitter work, because it's out of that struggle that you carve true triumph. Your ultimate weapon is one brutal question. Ask it every time you feel friction, every time you want to quit. What would the best version of me do right now? When the bed is warm and the alarm is screaming, what would the best you do? When your mouth is dry before you have to speak your truth, what would the best you do? The best version of you doesn't negotiate with mediocrity. It doesn't scroll for an escape. It doesn't wait for the perfect moment. The feet hit the floor at 4:59 a.m. The words come out raw, even if they stumble. As Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist knew, a lesson without pain is meaningless. No one gains without sacrificing something. One honest answer to that question. One gritty, uncomfortable action. One higher standard held against yourself. That's your edge. It's not magic. It's forged in the 30 seconds where every fiber of your being wants to quit, but you don't. You have to own it all. Your life is a direct reflection of your choices. If you hate the reflection, stop cursing the glass. It's time to step into the arena, and let me tell you, the arena stinks. It stinks of sweat, old weights, failure, and blood. There are no spa vibes here. It's just real. Roosevelt's words on this burn eternal. It is not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat, own the dust, own looking dumb, Own falling down 8 times, because those 8 falls are pure data. They teach you about wrong footing, bad timing, a weak grip, a dead-end path. When you rise for the 9th time, you carry the lessons of those 8 falls in your very bones. You're smarter, tougher, more precise. You weren't built small. You weren't made for timid. Calf lives. You were born to rise, to own your full potential. To scar the world with your unique mark. No more safe, no more good enough, no more someday. Right now, ask it, what would the best version of me do? And then go do it. Don't wait to feel like it. Feelings quit, discipline wins. Feel that fire in your chest. That's not nerves, that's your edge waking up. That's your real life roaring your name. Answer the call, ignite your passion, own your journey. Fall again if you must, but fall smarter. Speak again and stumble prouder. You are the message, battle-tested, unfiltered, and real as hell. The world is starving for voices like yours. Go be unstoppable. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. Look around you right now. No, not at the walls of this room, but at the life you've built inside them. For most people, life isn't really living. It's just managing symptoms. They're sleepwalking. It's the same alarm clock, the same lukewarm coffee, the same commute to a job that takes their time but never captures their soul. And they whisper to themselves, "This is fine. I'm stable." It's good enough, but what is stability really? More often than not, it's just slow setting concrete pouring over your feet. Every single day that you accept average, you're building a statue, a monument to the person you almost became. Theodore Roosevelt had a name for people who play it safe. He called them cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. They exist in a gray twilight, their primary goal to never rock the boat. But here's the thing about a boat that never rocks. It usually ends up a forgotten shipwreck at the bottom of the ocean. Settling isn't a sign of humility. Settling isn't safe. Settling is a silent theft. It steals the father, the leader, the warrior you were. Born to be one tiny compromise at a time, and you know it. Deep down, you feel it. There's a quiet voice inside you screaming. You were made for more than this. You weren't built to play in the shallow end of the pool forever. We tell ourselves lies to survive the crushing boredom. This is fine. At least I've got a steady paycheck. Not everyone is meant to be great. That lie is a powerful sedative. It numbs the burn of your untapped fire. That phrase, good enough, is the root of the problem. Good enough is why you feel broke, even if you have money. Good enough is why your relationships feel like transactions instead of connections. Good enough is the silent killer of greatness. It is just comfortable enough to stop you from fighting for the life you were actually meant to live. Here's a hard truth. You don't have a motivation problem. You have a standards problem. You have lowered the bar so low that you don't even have to feel the pain of missing it anymore. It's time to stop saying, "This is fine." It's time to start growling, "I am starving for better and I'm willing to bleed for it." That one brutal shift in mindset doesn't just change your day, it has the power to rewire your damn DNA. So how do you shatter the concrete that's hardened around your feet? You adopt what Roosevelt preached, the doctrine of the strenuous life, the life of toil, of effort, of labor, and of strife, not a life of ignoble ease or soft comfort. The highest form of success, the greatest triumphs, come to the person who doesn't shrink from hardship, who faces danger, who embraces bitter toil, and out of all that struggle wins the ultimate victory. Start with a daily audit. It's simple. Every time you face a point of friction, choosing between your warm bed and the cold morning air. Lifting that heavy weight at the gym, making that terrifying but necessary phone call, just stop, don't overthink it. Ask yourself one question, what would the best version of me do right now? The best version of you doesn't negotiate with mediocrity. It doesn't beg for permission to be great. It doesn't look for the easy exit ramps. If the best version of you would get up at 5 o'clock a.m., your feet hit the floor at 4:59. No excuses, no half measures. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. One honest answer leads to one better action, which sets one new standard. Your edge, that thing that separates you from the crowd, isn't found in a book or some cheap motivation hack. It is forged in the fire of those 30 seconds after you desperately want to quit, but you keep going anyway. You have to own your situation. Your life is a mirror. If you hate what you see reflected back at you, stop blaming the glass. Every single day you make a choice. Will it be the gray twilight, or will you step into the arena? The arena isn't a pretty place. There are no spa smells there. It just smells of sweat, old iron, blood, and dust. Roosevelt described it perfectly. He said the credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly. So own the dust, own looking stupid while you're learning, own your failures. The person who is willing to look like a fool in the pursuit of growth is the only one who will ever become a master. Your edge isn't a gift handed down to you, it's a blade, and you sharpen it on the whetstones of your own discipline. Day after day, stop begging for life to be easier. Instead, beg for a stronger back to carry the weight. You were not built to stay small. You were not born to be one of those cold and timid souls. You were born to rise. You were born to dominate your potential. You were born to carve a mark into this world that time itself cannot erase. No more playing it safe. No more good enough, no more waiting for some day to arrive. Right now, in this exact second, ask yourself that question: what would the best version of me do? And then just do it. Don't wait until you feel like it. Feelings are for settlers, discipline is for winners. Can you feel that vibration in your chest? That low rumble? That isn't anxiety, that's your edge waking up. That's your real life roaring your name, calling you forward. Answer the call, ignite that fire, own your power, go be unstoppable. Thanks for watching.